And that's why we chose that number. But I can tell you that for free, by the grace of God, we got a faculty of mentors. And this faculty of mentors, gave some very huge sum of amount of money. And as of today, we have empowered about 70 entrepreneurs. A round of applause for us. That round of applause is not even strong enough. We did not just empower them, we gave them loans running to hundreds of thousands each. And that was a good one for us. We have about 25 on the way, and we know that by the end of the year, we are going to hit our target. Okay? So having said all that, you are in this hall, and you are not a member of the network. You would like to be a member. The forms are going round. You want to be a member, you would have to indicate by raising your hands. The forms can come in here and they'll go round. Who are those with the forms? Michael? You want to be a member, you see the people raise their hand, just give them a form. Give them a form. Ushers helper. Ushers helper. Ushers helper. Ushers helper. All right. Thank you very much. So, on this note, I want to say thank you for listening to me, and we want to see more of you on the other side of our interaction. God bless you. My name is Uche Wosu, the president of the network.
Wow, thank you very much. Can we give Pastor Uche Wosu a round of applause for that very detailed welcome address? Please, we can't hear you. This is Power Up. So can we power up with those applauses? Thank you very much, Pastor Uche. That was a fantastic presentation. God bless you, sir. Roundabout now, and moving very quickly with the program, we would like to invite a special guest for the goodwill message. We are going to be inviting Mrs. Adefunke Kuyoro, who is the CEO of TWC Events and the president of NEW. Please, can we welcome her as she comes up the podium to give her speech?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Wow. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. What can I say? I've only been here, about 45 minutes, and I'm going home with so much information and knowledge. I always like a place where entrepreneurs gather and network and are taught and share knowledge. They learn, they unlearn, and they relearn. This is one such place. The theme for this conference is called Power Up. What are you powering up to? Are you just here, oh, they are doing another conference, let me just come? Or are you here to really, really learn? As our MC said, I wear 2 caps. I wear 3 caps, actually. The first cap I wear is a very, very, very close friend of the family of the convener. I've known her since just after she graduated from Unilag. That's when I've known her, and I've watched her grow. She's now my mentor, by the way. I used to be her mentor, but tables have turned around. She's now my mentor. I learn. I'm a learner. I like places where I have the opportunity to learn. And this is one such place. I told her this morning that not only is she very, very big in my hands, but this conference is also something that I really, really, really need to be at. So I'll enjoin every one of us to take away something for being here today. I mean, this is Saturday morning. You can be in your bed sleeping, but you have chosen to be here. Let it count for something. Thank you very much, Mrs. Oyekule, for bringing this up. Thank you for our vice chairman, and thank you to all the boards. Pastor Norua, thank you very much. And my dear president of MRDC, thank you very much. You don't know what you're doing, especially to very, very young entrepreneurs who have nothing to hold on to, especially in this very, very harsh economic downturn. The only thing you have is hope. And when you have somebody who is pushing you up, telling you you can't give up, that is what is going to power you up. It's like a rocket that will lead you to places that you can only dream of. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for that speech. Thank you so much. Please, can we give her a round of applause, please? Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Right about now, please, we're going to be very practical about this. I'm an educationist, so I'm a bit animated. Is that okay? Okay, can we fasten our seat belts? Everybody, 1, 2, 3, go. Fasten your seat belts, everyone. We're about to take a flight now. Put on your thinking caps as well, because at this point, it is a special moment and a special time. I didn't see people fastening their seat belts. I did not see some people were staring at me. But if we say you're going to get ₦1 million for fastening your seat belts, okay. Now let's see everyone fasten their seat belts. They are not answering me. Let me see everyone fasten their seat belts. Okay. Oh, better. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Good. At this point in time, we're going to be taking a board member's opening speech. This prestigious personality is a seasoned human resource practitioner. Ushers, please, can you help bring the podium down? Thank you very much. Down to the center this way. She is a seasoned human resource practitioner and a management consultant, a passionate facilitator, and business leader. She's an alumnus of the University of Ibadan, where she obtained both a Bachelor of Science and a Master's in Business Administration. Please, can we give it up for her? Good. She is a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria and past chairman of its Public Policy Advocacy Committee. At the moment, she is the chairman of Lagos State Civil Service Commission, a position she assumed in November 2019. She has contributed to organizational re-engineering of the public service of Lagos State, providing critical leadership and professionalization of the human resource management practices. Can we put our hands together as we welcome Mrs. Olubunmi Fagbanwo? Please, can we give it up for her? You're welcome, ma. You're welcome. Sorry about that, ma.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much for that. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say a very, very warm good morning to all of us. Good morning. Indeed, I know that it's not easy for you to be here this morning. I can assure you it wasn't easy for me also. Saturday mornings are like my me time with my husband. When we all go out during the week, we run up and down. Saturday morning is a time to reflect on the week and share a few thoughts together. So I know that for all of us who are here too, it is indeed a big sacrifice. I'm sure you'd like to clap for yourselves for that. I represent the board of directors of the Masterpiece Resource Development Center, MRDC, who has invited us to power up at a time like this. What other time do we have to encourage ourselves but a time like this? Not to light down, but to do what? To power up. And so I must say, I would like to recognize all our distinguished functionaries who had been here since yesterday. In particular, our Commissioner for Commerce, for Cooperatives, for Industry, for Trade and Industries, who was here yesterday, and all the very, very important dignitaries who are here since yesterday. I recognize the chairman and of the board of MRDC in the person of Dr. Abiola Kokwola, who ordinarily should be here giving this speech, but he's unavoidably absent. I would like to also recognize the executive members of our networks. You've done fantastically well all these years. In spite of it all, you pushed on relentlessly. You pushed on with a lot of tenacity. We know that our dear Mrs. Modupe, the chief convener of this, tenacious is the word. Thank you very, very much for all that you do. It is not easy at all to keep an organization running, especially a non-governmental one. I'm sure you'd like to clap for MRDC again. I recognize also all our board members. In particular, I can see our dear Pastor Norua, a wonderful coach. Thank you, sir, for all you do for MRDC. Our sponsors who have made this possible this time around. A very forward-looking bank, a bank that recognizes the times we are in and chooses to make entrepreneurs its focus and niche. They have not paid for any advert, don't worry. But indeed, people like us recognize that a bank like Providus has consistently shown since it's coming to the financial sector that it understands the seasons we are in. And I would like us to give them a round of applause also. It's often said that the journey of 1,000,000 miles certainly starts with just one step. And every tree was once a seed. So the seed of MRDC, we can see it blooming and becoming an oak tree that it will certainly be. It's been a 70-year journey for some of us as board members, or less for others. We began with a desk and a chair at the back sides of Oregon, somewhere in Oregon, off on the way to Ojota, if I can remember clearly. Mrs. Oyekule, can I remember clearly? On the way to Ojota. And so here we are today, a couple of years later, using one of the biggest event centers in Lagos. It shows that indeed, where there is a will, there is always a way. The local attraction has indeed become a global destination, and we are proud of MRDC. Haven't even expanded to the network of the Yen. It hasn't been easy, but we could see the hand of the divine in all that we had done. He had helped to sustain the mission of MRDC, which encapsulated in the 3 Ds. We sought to discover, we sought to develop, and we sought to deploy, to discover talents, to discover our youths, to develop them into valuable products of the society, and then to deploy them or deploy themselves into the environment, the state, the nation, and indeed Africa. We are most delighted that these drops of water have indeed become a mighty ocean. And therefore, I would say that we welcome all our participants, all the exhibitors, all our sponsors, all our friends, all our partners to this wonderful conference and trade expo. We're not oblivious at all of changing policies and all that is going on around us, but we choose to persevere. We choose to move forward. We choose to make a difference. However, we all know that no matter how dark the clouds may be, at the end of it all, there will be light. And so, for our country, there will certainly be light. At this point in time, I would like to welcome you all once again to this Power Up Conference and Expo. Power up your dreams, power up your family, power up the nation, power up the world. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Please, can we give it up for Mrs. Olubumi Fabawo? A standing ovation, please, for our board member. Thank you so much, ma'am. We honor you. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence. Thank you so much, ma'am. Right about now, we move on very quickly to our first keynote address. She is an influential leader in the third sector with a wide array of experience. The CEO of Aspire Coronation Trust Foundation, a grant-making non-profit organization. This individual has led the foundation in its mission to fund critical areas including health, entrepreneurship, and environment, and leadership. Her academic background is in sociology and public administration. She is also the co-administrator at Coalition Against COVID, which is a private sector task force in partnership with the federal government of Nigeria, Center for Disease Control, and World Health Organization. Please, can we clap for this individual? As a visionary leader, she has served in various leadership capacities, including being the executive director of the Fate Foundation, vice president, Junior Achievement of Nigeria, and CSR consultant, Access Bank PLC. She has also won many awards, to mention a few: Top 50 Women in Management Africa, her network Woman of the Year, Business Day Inspiring Women Series Award, to mention a few. She was also recognized by Haiti Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State, as one of the Eco 100 women 3 years in a row. Please, can we give it up for her? Wow. She is the founding curator of Global Shapers Forum Nigeria and serves as a consultant on sustainability, nonprofit management, and strategy. This, with many more accolades, is what this person has in her books. Please, can we give it up for her? She's none other, as we welcome her to the stage, than Mrs. Osai Alile. Please, can we welcome her warmly? Thank you very much, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Can we hear myself? I can only hear myself. Oh. How are we today? I just want to say thank you, first of all, to Mrs. Olubumi Fabonwo. I walked in with her. I'm sorry, I'm from Edo State, so you know when we call these names, we start calling it in a certain way. I walked in with you this morning, and I was kind of rushing, but I could hear you saying, good morning, good morning. So I know, good morning, ma. But you see, those are the things we learn daily, and we see daily. The fact that you are still here, you are doing this, you are pushing. Then someone even said your daughter came and sat with you. So I know that you've done a lot of work over the years, and it's good for us to honor you. So we honor you this morning. So thank you. Thank you so much, ma. Eshema. Of course, my darling Dupe, I'm sure she's running around. Hey, Modupe, sit down, enjoy yourself. Modupe, I've known Modupe for so many years, and we've done so much work together. So even if I don't see her for 2 years and she calls me, I can never say no. Except I say I'm not in the country. But if I'm here, I have to bend everything bendable to be there. Because you see, with life and with how we do things, and that's how we power ourselves up. What you do, what you maintain, your relationships, your network, is what helps you to move to the next level. Nothing else can do that. It moves you to the next level. So, as I think Mommy was saying this morning, we all came here this morning. Well, we know what we should have been doing now. Even myself, just to put this wig on my hair, I was tired. I mean, the whole week, my son was in the hospital. But you know, it doesn't make any difference. You have said you will come. So when you are coming like this, that means you have to bring everything with you. If not, just stay at home. You know, I always tell people that it's better for me to sit down and come and speak to 5 people that are listening and they want to do better by themselves, than to have a crowd of 5,000 and all of them will go. They won't even remember that you came or you did not come. You know, so everything that Mrs. Ogunlesi was here yesterday. In fact, I'm even afraid. I said, why didn't they put me first? Then they would have put her after. It's always better that way. So when she comes like this, she will come and help you to boost her, because she's the dawn of the dawn of the dawn. I mean, and I haven't seen her. I wasn't here yesterday, but as soon as I saw her name and her face, I said, Mr. Ogunlesi was here. I had joy in my heart. You know, that's the way it's supposed to be. We as people, entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, women, networkers, we have to push ourselves to the next level. We have to, and I love the word power up, because going up is not just about moving up, it's powering yourself. I know power signifies a lot of push. It's push. You push yourself from a level. You are powering yourself to the next level. And that's what they want us to do. And yes, we can mention all the, I'm sure they've talked about challenges. It doesn't end. We are here today, we are enjoying it. Before you know it, lights can just go off. And you'd have tested everything. I've gone places, we have a presentation, I've tested it 5 times. Then we have 3 videos, you test the video. Everything is beautiful. So now if you see I have laptop, I have paper, I have everything. Even my phone now is there, because it can mess you up. Sometimes you're about to take off in the flight and it kind of stutters. But the main thing is that in your mind, you know you're powering. So regardless of what it is, if they take light, or if everything starts to drip and drop and everything, you just move. And today, this morning, I'm encouraging us to move. Move, 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 move. Don't stay. The year is about to end. In fact, my mom sent me something else. You know, mothers, mommy, apologies. Everything they sent people you to send to us, you don't even read some of them, you just forward. But what she forwarded to me yesterday, I remember, because she said 40 days to Christmas. And then I shouted, how? Is it possible? She said, be there. Then the other thing she now said to me was that, you see, anything can happen in 40 days. Why are you worried? I now said, Mom, you're right. She said, whatever it is that you have planned from the beginning of the year, whatever it is that you have thought about in terms of your work, even if you have not done it, ask yourself, I have 40 days left. What can I do different? How do I power myself up? Who do I need to move myself to the next level? And then you can't come here and then you sit down and you don't know who is sitting beside you. Because you don't know. Like now, mommy is my mommy. Mommy. You see, let me tell you, we are in Nigeria. Okay, Sisi, mommy. Mommy, Sisi. That's how my mom says she's not mommy. That she's a Sisi Oko. Okay, so my Sisi mommy.
In Lagos, we say Sisi me.
Sisi me, mommy. You see, so Sisi me is now my besto. Yeah. Okay. Eshema. You are sitting beside someone. Who is this? You know the person? What's her name? What does she do? Communicate. Everybody begin to communicate. Ask questions. What do you do? What's your name? How can I help you? How can you help me? This is what I do. This is my business card. Even ushers communicate. Because if they don't pay your business, how do you usher? Madam, what's your name? Okay, what's her name? Precious, what does Precious do? Precious, are you wearing what you made? Bad business. Doesn't matter. There are 2 days. Did you pay to come here? Why should be wearing somebody else's clothes? Do you understand? Okay. What's his name, ma? You know him. You know him very well. Inside the house. So why are you sitting beside him? But you see, we have to do things different. We don't want to waste our time. Are we okay now? All right. Okay, everyone. Focus on me. I give you 1 more minute. Exchange your cards and focus on me. Yes, fantastic. I like this. Hey, if we go there, at least we have 2 new friends. 2 new business alliances. We're powering ourselves up to 2025. We're not wasting our time. We don't have time to waste anymore. We don't. What we were doing 5 years ago, we can't be doing it the same way. There's speed necessary now. Speed is necessary. Okay, so can we shut down just for a few minutes? I'll be done in another 10 minutes. The truth about it is that today's theme, transforming challenges to opportunities, powering MSMEs, is important. Because all of us have gone through downs and ups, challenges, successes, and nobody can come here and lie to you that everything has been fantastic. No one. And if they are doing that, that means you know that they are lying. Every entrepreneur, one house please, one house. Every entrepreneur has challenges. Every person has challenges. Every successful entrepreneur can give you 10 reasons why they should have failed, but they are still standing. The only reason why a lot of people are standing, apart from the fact that for me it's God, the God component, is the fact that they are strong. They have a strong, they will and push themselves to is a push, is a power up. And we just have to constantly be in that place of pushing. Regardless of what you are feeling at this moment, you must realize as an entrepreneur, if you want to succeed, if you want to be able to sustain yourself to generations where people can come, they might not even know you personally, but they can use you as an example, then you must be very strong and determined and very dogged in how you do things. A doggedness must come from something. I don't even know what it is. And that's why sometimes when I go to places and I see people that are older, I'm always so moved because they are still standing. They're still standing. There must be something that they're doing right. And their interest as well is also very important. Because a lot of times, after a few years, we get tired. And then we don't reinvent ourselves. So I'm going to give you a few pointers that we can use. How do we make things better? What do we do? So I've been working with an organization called ACT Foundation. So really my own guiding principles, and it can be difficult. If you are in the NGO terrain, you know it's not an easy terrain to be in. And I think Sisimi said that about Modupe this morning. You're happy now, mommy. But, you know, at the moment, we have empowered and powered up about 3.1 million directly, not indirectly, social entrepreneurs. Wow. We are working with about 100 social entrepreneurs across Africa. And this is in the last 7 years. Not because it's easy to do, but because I know that we don't have time. So even my board, they're always telling me, calm down. Where are you rushing to? But I always tell them that I don't have time. There's a rush, there's something that pushes me. Because the challenges out there are so many. And all of us here, sitting here, have an opportunity to even fix one of it. No matter how small it is in your family, your community, you have an opportunity to fix. So in so doing that, there are some things that are important. One of the things I'll mention is embracing innovation. And I know somebody has mentioned it along the way in the last 2 days. It's impossible not to say that. When I was coming, I went to ChatGPT and I put, what shall I learn from MRS? I didn't even put the full name. I just put it and I put Lagos. They gave me everything Modupe has done, including where the conference is holding. And then you want to sit down there and feel to yourself that, you know, I don't need to do anything. So, you know, these things happen. But if you don't use it, if you don't know that it's there, and it's an opportunity for you, you sit down and feel to yourself, oh, everything, and you're wasting your time. Because somebody else, you want to go and do a deal, and 2 people are vying for the same thing. You have given your whole pitch, and they say, okay, you must speak to Modupe. Then you Google Modupe. The other person does not Google her. Once you go to chat, tell her to give you everything about Modupe. You now say, when you get there, you say, the conference you had last week was exceptional. I noticed that a lot of people were speaking there. What does that do to you? It brings you closer to her. Then when you say, oh, in the last few years that you have done this, and you mention the number of years, what happens again? It brings you closer. Then you say, oh, I noticed that Nickel Gulesi was there. I love Nickel Gulesi. What happens? You get closer. Then the second day, Osai even spoke. And that girl is a fine girl. Hi. It brings you much closer. Don't waste the gifts that God has given us. Innovation is one of it. Don't waste it. Why are we wasting it? We say, I'm just doing a small business. I don't really stress anybody. There's no small business. When I ask people nowadays, what do? I have a small, small. Why do you have to start with that? I don't do much. And I just start laughing. I say, if you like, sit down there and say you don't do much. You have to find a way to push yourself and to use innovation to do so. And in so doing, it takes you to the next level. Sorry. Okay, I just want to make sure that I give all the points out today. Yes, okay. So the landscape of entrepreneurship in Nigeria is complex. Of course, we know it's filled with many challenges. But technology is helping. Innovation helps. And it helps to turn even the largest challenges to opportunities. There are always opportunities. The other thing, as I mentioned before, is building resilience. We need to be strong. The countries are getting tougher. And it's not only Nigeria. Everywhere in the world, when you go talk to people, they will say, they can give you so many reasons why they don't want to be in that country. But at the moment, this is where we are. I tell people that this is where I am. I'm not, even if I go somewhere else, when they ask you, where are you from? You said, even if you have 3 passports, Nigerian passport, British, American, even if you like, you can put Spanish one there, and Switzerland's passports, those ones that people think are the big ones. Then the next thing they will ask you is, where are you originally from? Originally. And you have to say, Africa. They say, yeah, where in Africa? Then you say, Nigeria. You say, I don't know it. Then you begin to try and explain, and explain, and explain. We are the brand. We are Nigerians. If you are doing business here, you want the country to do better. Because as you push your business out globally, the country must be able to stand the test of time as well. So we have to stop this, destroying. It's not easy. I'm not saying that I'm talking to myself. We have to stop destroying. So we have to build that resilience to always be able to push sometimes the good of the country out. Because you cannot grow bigger than a country. Even as large as Alhaji Aliko Dangote is. The first thing he says that he's a Nigerian. They always say that billionaire. They don't say that the Nigerian billionaire. So he cannot start telling us that he's a global billionaire. No. Anytime they put him on CNN, the first thing they say, the Nigerian billionaire. So he cannot grow past this country. So we all have to do better. We have to build the resilience through collaboration. And that's why this morning I said, talk to each other, ask questions, find ways. Because you cannot do it on your own anymore. There's always somebody else that can help you. If you're moving from Lagos to Akure to go and start business, or you're doing something that, you have to find someone that is in Akure that can help you to go and check some things. Even when you're taking things abroad. I have a friend that moves things to but she always has to have somebody on the other side. And that's where collaborations and partnerships come into place. This is what we do. This is how we do it. And most organizations that are sustainable always collaborate. They never do things on their own. So we have to make sure that we think through that. Then we have to turn setbacks, challenges into your stepping stones. 2024 has not been a great year for some people. And you're sitting here and wondering to yourself, what next? So ask yourself, how do I turn this into a stepping stone for myself? How do I make sure that this time that I've made mistakes or challenges have come, it must be a pivotal moment. I must make sure I correct those things in 2025. But the first thing is to acknowledge that some things did not go right. And then when you acknowledge it, you now say, how do I fix it? Not that you might know everything on what to do exactly, but you can ask questions. You can find out, you can look at them. What are the lessons I've learned? How do I use this experience to improve my business model? How do I look at my model and say, this is not working anymore? In the last 10, 20 years, we've been doing this business, and the people that we are doing it for now are at a certain age that they're not buying these things anymore. How do I get myself to the lower generation, the younger generation? Which organizations and networks are out there that I can get involved with that can push me to another marketing group? Those are the things that we have to begin to think for. A purpose-driven business not only withstands challenges, but also leaves a lasting legacy. And we must think through that. Empowering the future generations, asking questions. What did you do? How do you do things? And then bringing them in to what you do. A lot of businesses die when the person dies. And I'm not talking about death only in the physical, but maybe the person is tired. One of the things I tell entrepreneurs is that a lot of times, it's not like maybe your children will take over, but some of them don't even understand what you are doing. They don't see the price that you have paid. So when you start telling them, oh, I want you to get involved, or I want you to be, you know what I'm doing, they don't get involved. They don't see the price, the scars that you have on your back. Because everything you have done for the next generation is very simple. You give, and you give, and you give. In giving and giving and giving, your child does not even understand how much pain that you've gone through to be able to get this business to where it is. And it might be a small business, so it doesn't mean that it's a big thing. It might just that they are doing these bags, this all you have been doing for the past 10 years. But it has taken them to school. It has helped to put food on the table. When your husband's job was not working, it helped. When your wife's job was not working, it helped. But they don't understand because you only show them the good. And it's the same way we're working with entrepreneurs or with mentees. Don't only show them the good side of things. Tell them the negative, the challenges you have gone. So later they can appreciate it more. And that's why a lot of our young people don't appreciate the works that the parents have done. Because every time school fees was due, they paid easily. They thought it to themselves it was easy. It's not easy. It's never easy. All our families, our parents, they've worked hard. And then we just think to themselves, oh, boy, it was their responsibility anyway. No, it wasn't. They just tried. And it's the same way when we are thinking of leaving a sustainable legacy. It's the same thing. When you show your staff how difficult things are, how much work you are putting into, they begin to have more respect for you. Because they know that when they move on to the next job, or when they go and start their own, it's not as easy as they think it is. When you are paying salaries at the end of the day, every single time on time, hey, my darling pretty farmer is here. Good afternoon, ma. How are you? What do you do? This is yours? Very nice. Oh. Yeah, you see, straight to the point. I like you to patronize me. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. How long have you been doing this for? 9 years. Well done. Base island, mainland, the two sides. Oh, nice. So what are the challenges that we're going through?
Especially cost of raw materials. Then it's going high every day. But like, for example, if you go to the market today to purchase a material, by the time you want to maybe reproduce, the prices have gone up. Then manpower also is a major problem. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So what are the successes? Sorry, thank you. Sorry, what are the successes you've had this year?
At least I've grown from where I used to be.
Okay.
Before I was on the mainland here, but I've been able to establish my presence in the island. So that's a major.
So that has helped. Has it helped significantly, better than you expected, or just the same?
Better than I expected. Yeah.
So how did that happen? Give us very simple. So in case some of us here are thinking, is it because of you had some clients that lived on the island, or was it partnerships, or you were bold and just moved?
Mainly partnership, because
Okay.
my daughter lives on the on the island.
Okay.
So she kind of pushed my business there, and that was what brought about the.
So you use family.
Yes.
And it's been helpful.
Yeah, it has been very helpful.
Do you have clients that are friends?
Of course I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that has helped as well.
Majority of my customers are actually based abroad, so they made me to make that move. Because when they come to Nigeria, some of them don't want to come to the mainland. They want to remain on the island. So they gave me the
So they powered you up.
Yes, they do.
Okay. So give us an advice for next year. What do you think that any of us can walk away with for next year?
Walk away with?
Yes, something that we can hold in our pocket that, if Auntie did this year, it will work for me.
It's just to be more focused and resilient. Whatever you have determined to do it. Give it to your all.
Give it your all.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Please, can we clap for her?
Thank you very much.
Resilience. Give it your all. Push through. And that's there's nothing else that we can say here. Everything that if I go around everyone now, there's one thing everyone can say that is so real for how we should sustain ourselves and move ourselves to the next level. The only reason why some people can speak than other people is the fact that maybe the test of time, we've just been there. In fact, someone sent me a picture from MTN was doing their 20th anniversary, and they sent me a picture from 2005. And they said I'd spoken that day, and I was thinking, Jesus, I'm not that old now, they should stop it. But they were like, these are pictures of people that joined them to start MTN Foundation when they started. So it's the resilience and that we're still here and pushing through and learning as well. And in order to succeed, you have to have a learning spirit. A learning spirit. I mean, she could say to herself, I'm on the mainland, I'm on the island, let me relax. There's no relaxation there now. You have to keep on doing it, changing, refocusing, relearning, scraping some things completely off, and saying, no, this is not what I'm doing again, I'm moving. And the flexibility and the brain power of an entrepreneur is really about being flexible to the changes that you see daily. Because those changes must occur. There's nothing you can do about it. It is coming. If you're not seeing it, it will come. And once it comes, you have to change. You have to be willing to move. And every one of us must get to that place where we understand that it's important for you to move. The other thing really is, and I'm done, is also, I mentioned the empowering, but creating lasting impact through a purpose-driven leadership. You as the leader, even if you're not the main person, every one of us are leaders. Every one of us in our different, even if it's not in your job, in your house. If you are the first child or the second child, the third, you are leading somebody. If it's in your church, in your mosque, you are leading somebody. There's somebody that we are all leading, one way or the other, that we have influence over. So when you ask somebody, what do you do? No, I'm just here by myself. I don't want, me, I don't talk. I just stay by myself. No, there's always one person that we influence. And you see, the problem we have is that if you influence that one person and value comes from it, then you've done something for the day. So we have to always make sure that we're creating lasting impacts. Because in building deep connections within the communities that anyone is in, when your business is really guided by some clear values and sense of purpose, it becomes easier for all of us to make decisions. And it has to be clear purpose. What am I doing? Why am I doing it? And if it's money, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm doing it because I need to make money. Then you ask yourself, what is that money for? What is it needed for? What are we using it for? Why are all these people that are sitting on this board trying to push us to the next level? There must be a reason. Because they know that once you do it, it's a ripple effect thing. You go to another person, you help that person. You go into your communities, you help the community. When you have more influence, you go to your state, you begin to do more. So everyone has influence. And don't waste your influence. Don't waste the value that you bring to the table. Don't go to a table and feel to yourself you have nothing to give. We all have something that we can give, and we can give it to the best of our ability. And so in doing that, we realized also that we all, as entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, NGOs, people that are running big businesses, we must realize that it's when you're pessimistic and it's when you see difficulties in every opportunity. But an optimist will see opportunities in every difficulty. And it might be difficult to be optimistic in a country like this. Sometimes it can be very, very difficult. But we must, regardless of it, say, what do we see? If we can be in this room and I'm seeing over 100 people sitting, even more than that, and I know yesterday was even more, there's something that we have, and there's something that we can give, and we must use that opportunity. So as we continue this journey of entrepreneurial, the push, the power, and pushing ourselves and powering ourselves to the next level, let us choose to be optimistic, to be innovative, to be resilient. Let us embrace challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities that will drive us towards growth, impact, and long-term success. I'm confident that in doing that, we can harness the power of this sector, the MSMEs, because we are important. And when we push ourselves and our brand is good, the value we bring is good, people will notice it. It might take some time, but it will come. A lot of people, it's not like they went to, and she said, I tried doing it, my daughter introduced, and it's only because the daughter feels that there's some value. Even if all her friends love her, if she's not producing good things, after the first bite, the second bite, they will leave it alone. No matter how much you like somebody. Once it's not a good product. I bought something from someone recently, and I said to myself, I'm not going to buy it again. So somebody said to me, why don't you tell her what went wrong? So I called, I said, do you want to hear the hard truth? And she said, yes. So I explained to her, I showed her videos, I explained everything. And she said, nobody has told me, and no wonder they're not coming back. I said, if you fix it, the business will change because you already have the network. So just fix it. And she sent something back to me, and she had fixed some of the things. So we also have to be true to ourselves. And you have to have people around you, a network around you that can tell you the truth. Because a lot of times we always lie. And when I mean lie, you don't want to make the person upset or uncomfortable. So you say, oh, how was it? It was very nice. Was the jollof rice sweet? Oh, it was very nice. You have given it to somebody else. You're not eating it. You didn't even taste it. But if you want a business to succeed, you have to be able to tell people the hard truth. And you said, your service was very poor. But let me tell you what was good and give them the good side. I said, what can we do better? So when you are going there, go with things that they can use to make themselves better or to power themselves to the next level. Don't go with only negative and challenges. Go with also things that results that they can use to do things better. I know that we can transform, we can uplift our communities and pave the way for a future. Not only the future of this country, but even the future of us and our families. So I ask that may we all walk out of this conference, especially today, even after we've listened to everybody, with a renewed sense of purpose, of courage, and the resilience to turn any challenge into an opportunity. And may we also realize that regardless of who we are, as Osai Yaniye, as Sisimi, as Modukbe, that first of all, we are Nigerians. And as a Nigerian, we must create value, we must show the good of our country, and then we as Osai or as Sisimi or as Modupe will be able to move and power ourselves up to the next level. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the conference.
A round of applause for her, please. A round of applause. Let it resound. Let it resound. A round of applause for her. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I know that she said she doesn't like to make her feel old or the likes, but I was one of her students at Faith Foundation. Do you know what year? Someone guess the year. Okay, well, I'm a bit younger, 2007. So that's just 17 years. All right, AEP 26, 2007. A round of applause for her once again. A few things that she has said so strongly, which I hope we all got right, is the fact that she emphasized the sense of urgency. Did you hear that? There's actually no time. There's no time to relax. There should be that sense of urgency. That is one of the things that will even spoil your determination to keep moving. Are we together? And then I'm going to give an opportunity for 3 questions, or 3 people to ask questions. 3 people? 3 people? Nobody? Nobody wants to ask a question? Well, okay, that's 1. Hold on first. Okay, we have a comment for... Okay, you want to make comments as well? We have a second one, and number 3. Okay, so just take 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll just take 1, 2, 3. But one of the things she also said too, if you notice from the time she picked the mic, she emphasized networking. Did you know that? Hello, did you know that? And she said, network. Don't think you can do it alone, especially in these times. Remember what we said earlier today, that which do you want to be? Do you want to be rich or be a king? Which do you prefer? You want to be the king. You want to dominate. And you can do that mostly when you know how to collaborate. Okay, so let me take the first question. Your name, what you do, and straight to the question.
Do I have to stand up?
If you so will.
Okay.
I think the cameras would roll.
Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Faiza, and I'm a sales rep right now for a family business, which we sell gadgets, anything tech, laptop, phones, smartwatches, and so on. And I'm also a health educator, personally.
Right.
So business has always been like a family thing. My mom can literally sell anything. She can even sell me. But I realized that
But she hasn't.
Thankfully.
So she's doing well in the other businesses. If not, she would have.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I realized that business, I'm not so drawn to business, but I married someone who is very passionate about business. And just living with him for over like 6 months now, and I realized that, I think I really do love business. But one thing that really made it, make me resonate with it quickly is because my sisters, they run businesses, and most times people think their businesses are my business. It's like I put in so much energy into their business, but I find it very difficult to start my own. And I keep thinking that, what's the problem? I started one, and I was like, nah, probably I'm too scared to push through or continue. But me coming here yesterday and today, I don't know, I just feel really like confident, say, okay, I think I can push and start a business now. So firstly, thank you for setting this up. So my question majorly is, how can I power myself up to start the business that I want to start?
Okay, how can you power yourself up? Since I would leave ma'am to respond to that and probably add to it. It's on it.
Okay. I wanted to say, first of all, you're already doing it. The fact, look, when you ask yourself a question, you kind of you've kind of answered it.
Yeah.
The boldness to ask and to stand. And next time, don't ask, should I sit down or stand? You know why? We're in a room with so many people doing different things. I like the way you sorry, I'm a teacher as well. So whenever I talk, I give you the reasons, and then so we can all learn.
Yes, ma'am.
So the first thing, just stand. Why? Because when you sit, people get distracted and forget that you're talking. So now that I've stood, if you notice, I move. I sat down, I stood up, I'm coming to you. The camera follows me. You understand? Because we're in a generation where people see what we see. People see what we show them. It's not anybody's fault. It's where we are. People want to see. So you are standing. The other things I like, which I've already told you, you've already answered the question. I'm a business person. My parents can sell me. You have it in your blood. I used to tell people my father could sell me if he wanted some things done. But his own was for God. He can sell you to give out everything. That's how it's in your blood. So it's what you are looking for now is structuring. How do I structure? What do I do? And there are so many schools, they can help you. Even Faith, they mentioned, there are a lot of organizations that are doing it already. So go to them, sit down. I don't want to say technology because I know that if you go to chat will tell you everything to do, but sometimes it's good to someone handhold you, show you the different levels on how to do it. But I promise you, it's in your blood. The way you're speaking, the way you're talking, it already shows that you're already on the way. So just go, do it. So that 2025, you will not be asking the same question. By the time we come here next year, I want you to be talking about your business and what you've done. And I'm going to ask Modupe that. Thank you.
A round of applause for her. This is what Club Club. It's a part of club, isn't it? To add to that, MRDC in partnership with International Labour Organization, we have the models, the GYB, which is Generate Your Business Idea, SYB, Start Your Business. And we've done that for about 100 people this particular year. We even have the master trainer of Nigeria, one of the 4 master trainers of Nigeria sitting here as the board, the person of Pastor Noah Edwapolo. Please, a round of applause for him. All right. And we've done that for over 100 entrepreneurs this year. 101 for you, right. Fantastic. Number 2.
My name is Mrs. Juliana Oshadogo. So I run a supermarket with my husband, Think Right Supermarket. So we are located in a small village in Ikorodu. So my comment here, when Mama was talking, she mentioned location. So I used to be this person that, that site is a new site. So most time I will complain about location, sales are not coming. But one thing she mentioned when she started was networking. And she said we shouldn't talk about location. So people are in the island. Most time when people talk, I say, people are in the island, these people sell more than we that are in a upcoming site. So for me today is a lesson. So, and to learn to network. So before we started, Mr. Uche asked us to connect. So I told him that he's going to be my first customer. That I'm going to make his Christmas hampers for people he's going to give to. So I'm also coming to everybody. So please patronize me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. As you have said that, me too, I'm going to reciprocate. I have about 14 flats I want to sell in Eruwe in Ikorodu. So you will buy one of them. All right. A round of applause for her. Yeah. Who's number 3? I had number, yes.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr. Moses Okpadiron. I'm a financial consultant and a lecturer also. And I started this journey in 2009. To this day, I was able to meet about 25 chairmen of manufacturing companies through consulting. So far, so good. I discovered that very fast, a lot of companies are going down through loans and overdraft. So we decided to do a lot of reconciliations with accounts. So we discovered that most of all these loans, they're not bad. It's just because the banks were not able to attend to those companies. So we were able to revive a lot of them. But coming here today, this is my first time. You said you have been doing this for maybe 5 years or 10 years or so.
17 years.
17 years, okay. So I discovered that a lot of entrepreneurs have been built up. So, and I noticed that a lot also are having issues with money, capital, which is a bone of any business. So you understand? But without though, there should be a place where we should be able to meet and discuss where we need to help each other. Because in this networking, sometimes you might need somebody that can help you, that you can look, you want to look for. Oga, I need a backup in my business, maybe a loan. We do consulting too, or by writing feasibility report for people who want high loans.
Okay,
so I'm just trying to make a recommendation and a comment on this issue. Why don't we look for a place where we could be reaching out to each other to assist for all this information that needs to be get across.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for the recommendation. If you go to the program, you would see that third after Mrs. Osai's presentation, what's the panel session there on? Access to what? Access to what? Finance. And like I said, ordinarily what we've been doing for quite a number of years, which the board will attest to, is training and reaching out to entrepreneurs. But this year, we took an additional step. Hello? Hello? We took an additional step with the help of our master trainer to reach out to train extensively about 100 entrepreneurs, and we advanced grants to them. Hello? We advance what? Grants to them. And we're not small money, in hundreds of thousands of naira. And these people have also been handheld for several months to move their business. I'm sure some of them are in the hall today. If you're one of them, can you say hello? All right. So, sir, what you said, we started, we'll keep improving. And we also want to thank you for the... Yeah, so if you also look at the brochure, look, page 15. Page 15. All right. So is what we are also about. Okay. Thank you very much also for the comments. All right. So we want to say thank you once again from Mrs. Osai. Thank you so very much. I can still picture the same way she's been in class 17 years ago is the same way she is today. That speaks a lot to consistency. All the while, when she comes to class and she's taking a session, and she just, her high heel is the same, I think it's the same measurement. Perhaps it's the same measurement, you've noticed it, right? And she just gives it, and then she'll give you all the tips to ensure your business moves forward. A round of applause once again for her, please. A round of applause once again. Thank you for taking out time to come share of your wealth of knowledge. So we're going to the next item. We'll be taking the one after the tour. We just want to have that quick one to get people empowered in terms of health. So we're going to be having a health panel now. One of our speakers, I think it was yesterday, said that you can only do business when the body is healthy. True or true? You can't, as it were, chase a customer if you're not healthy. You can't collect money if you're not healthy. You can't even receive a training like this if you're down on your health. So the person that's going to moderate this particular session is one of us, one of the entrepreneurs in the network. The beauty about MRDC, network of entrepreneurs, is that we've had this edge of 360 where that you're not just trained, but at the end of the day, you become the trainer. At the end of the day, you become the sponsor. I can tell you that in addition to the sponsorship from Providence Bank and RCCG Health Village, we've had several entrepreneurs who have been part of it sponsor this program as well. A round of applause for all of them. So we have that 360 approach where that they always seek to give back. So the reason why you are getting this for free or next to free is because somebody who has gone through the process has said they want others who are benefited to benefit as well. So I want you to look at your neighbor and say, it will be you next year. So we're coming to you to say, we want more people in this hall, and we're going to make it free for them. So you are going to pay for them as well. So we're going to make welcome to the stage, Dr. Shola Alabi. A round of applause for Dr. Shola Alabi. Please, we want you to come forward. We'll get the restroom up. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just to the
Can
side.
you do that?
Careful. Careful.
All right.
Just push it to the side. Well done.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. People on this side seems to be more excited than those on this side. Good morning, everyone. All right. Please, all the male members, okay, I'm sorry, male members of this beautiful organization, I want you to stand up. MRDC, male members. I want to take a jab at you. Please stand up. Where are they? Male, where are they? Male at the back. So that's what I wanted to say. I want to throw a jab at you that it seems to me like a female world. We used to say it's a man's world, but somehow on this panel, it's a woman's world. So I'm saying to you, next year, when we come here, we want to see more men. And the reason why I'm saying that is because for the women to be properly empowered, they need us. You don't believe it? Whether as your brother, as your husband, as your friend, as your family member, you need a full complement of both gender to ensure that the society gets all it should get. So, did we get that? So please, more men. Say it. Say it. All right. I have 3 beautiful people who will be participating with me on this panel this morning. I want to introduce the first person. Please, you will permit me to just do an abridged version of your profile. If we have to read everybody's profile, trust me, we will spend about 20 minutes doing justice to that. So please, our panelists, we recognize you. We understand all that you have invested in the society since till date. So please, once again, audience, please help me put a round of applause. Give them a round of applause. First, give everybody a round of applause. All right. The first person I want to call is Dr. Tony Adeyemi. Please give her a round of applause. Yes, please, while she comes to the stage, she is the Senior Special Assistant to the Lagos State Government on Public Health. She has about 2 decades. You're welcome, Ma. She has about 2 decades of experience in community-oriented public health programs. She has received awards, laurels, both locally and internationally. And on this panel today, she will be bringing in both sides, the community side, the public health side, policy side, to all the things we want to discuss. I believe, ma'am. Thank you so much. Once again, please give her a round of applause. The second person I'll be introducing, please pardon me if I don't pronounce this very well, but just accept it the best way I can. The name here reads Vandana Kaushal. Vandana Kaushal. You're welcome. Thank you so much. She's a beauty entrepreneur with over a decade of work in the beauty and healthcare industry. She's a member of many international organizations through which she has channeled her passion into the beauty sector in the country. By the way, she's not a Nigerian, but she's passionate about Nigeria. So once again, please give her a round of applause. You are now. All right.
I'm so sorry I'm interrupting you in between, but I really hate people calling me Oibo. After me spending 2 decades of my life in Nigeria. So if not a non-Nigerian, you can proudly call me Indo-Nigerian.
Indo-Nigerian.
Thank you so much.
All right, so please give it up for her. And then, of course, last but not the least, on this panel, Dr. Laura Ade. I hope that is how to pronounce that. She is a healthcare strategist with over 2 decades of diverse industry expertise and experience. Most importantly, she presently serves as the Chief Operating Officer of Redeemer's Health Village. So once again, please give her a round of applause. Two stories before I sit down and then we begin. I got a call just on Wednesday from a younger friend who said he wants to leave a well-paying IT job. So I asked, so and so, what's the reason? He said, I always want to have a confrontation with my colleague every Monday when we meet. I said, why? He said, he talks down at me. I'm like, so have you walked up to him to sort it out? He said, I have, but I don't want to get to a point where I lose myself during a board meeting or a presentation. So I said, so what is your plan towards this? Of course, we said a host of other things, but I'm saying that to buttress the importance of the topic that we'll be dealing with this afternoon. I will introduce that shortly, that the workplace plays a major role. The work environment plays a major role. And when we say work, you as an entrepreneur have a major impact to play in how the design of the workplace is. Second story. I run a business. We got someone who is supposed to replace another person. The person who we brought is new to the politics of the office. The people who were on ground ganged up against her. So everything she does is met with stiff resistance. She doesn't know how to do this. She doesn't know how to do this. So every Monday morning huddle meeting, they have to complain about her. She's doing this, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's doing that. It came to a peak when one said, she doesn't even know how to behave like this person. I'm saying this to you that she walked up to me one day and said, crying, I think I need to resign. Now, there are so many stories like that you will see, you will hear, you will encounter. But these things have impact on your health. These things have impact on your mental wellness. These things have impact on your immunity. These things have impact on how you thrive as a business owner. So, like we have been told, fasten your seatbelt. Get your questions ready. Get your notes ready. Our seasoned panelists will do justice to this topic. Are you ready? Are we ready? All right, so please permit me, I need to take a seat. All right, yes. So, I'll start from the extreme end. The general theme for this session is how to boost immunity and mental capacity through exhaustive workplace, climate. We want you to speak to the ways in which we can boost immunity and mental capacity through an exhaustive workplace climate. So, in 2 minutes, ma'am, what are the things that you have experienced regarding the workplace and the mental wellness of people generally, and how you would advise entrepreneurs on how to go about this?
Thank you very much. I love the first story you said, because I think that as a leader, that's one of the first things we find when you have a new employee at the workplace. Every workplace has a culture and has built its own group, no matter how you look at it. And it's very important as leaders to ensure that when you are getting somebody into your workplace, that they are very familiar. First thing to do to ensure that the onboarding process is seamless, and that everybody that needs to know this person knows this person, know the value they bring to the table, and give the person an opportunity to demonstrate that value. Once you employ somebody and you're unable to onboard them properly, you begin to have the kind of stories you're talking about. People don't like to include people all the time, particularly when they think they will take their shine. But like the last speaker said, everybody brings something new to the table. Number 2, after onboarding, good leadership always says bring what everyone has to contribute to the project. You employ that person for a purpose. There was a vacancy, there was a need. Make sure that that need is highlighted and make sure that you tell the rest of the team. Number 3, ensure that they have a space to be able to talk about their challenges. Sometimes it's not only about the team, it's just getting into a new culture. Very recently, we had something.
Hello. Hello, it's back on.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yes.
We apologize for that technical glitch.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
So like I was saying, 3 important or 4 important points. Proper onboarding, ensuring that you tell the rest of the team what the value this person is bringing into the team. Number 3, give that person to demonstrate that value. And the last, and not the least, that they have somewhere to go to talk about when they find challenges. So when team members are not able to build, to be inclusive of this new person, that they have somewhere to talk about it. And having fun team building days actually make a huge difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please give her a round of applause. Are we distracted about what is going around? Please, once again, give her a round of applause. And I want to believe we are taking notes seriously, because as business owners, what she has raised speaks heavily to the value of the training of the major person in the business. Because how do you teach people how to onboard? How do you teach people about the values? How do you teach people about the skills they have? How do you teach people about all the things they are going to do to recognize the value that the other person is bringing? So please, let's take note of this as business owners, so that we will ensure that we do the right thing. So, ma'am, I'm going to you next. Like I said, we're talking about boosting immunity, boosting mental capacity in an exhaustive workplace. Now, I want you to speak to two things by virtue of where you stand. What policies do you think business owners can put in place, especially regarding your public health exposure? What policies do you think business owners can put in place to ensure that these things that we're talking about is extracted to the fullest?
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for that. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay, you can hear me. So good afternoon once again. I think that's a very interesting question, asking about policies. I'm very much aware that we have mainly female entrepreneurs here, and then a few male young people that are also here today. Taking a leaf from what we do or what government is doing, especially the government of Lagos State, we're very much aware that out there now, there are so many stressors. Everybody is stressed and is affecting both the middle class, the low class, high class. Everybody is stressed. A lot of stressors out there because of rising costs of transportation, getting to work is now a hassle and all that. So one thing Lagos State government has done is to introduce hybrid work environment. So now civil servants don't have to come to work every single day of the week. Work schedules have been looked at. Things that can easily be done at home, virtually or hybrid, are being considered such that it reduces the amount they're spending on transportation and coming to work every day. So I believe that this is something that entrepreneurs can also look into. You might have younger staff that you need to help you do maybe your social media content, or that you need to help maybe, basically social media, display, market what you do. There are some of the things that you can actually leverage technology on. Use technology. This would help limit the stress on individuals, because it is actually a very stressful environment right now. So that's one of the policies that Lagos State currently has, and it has been shown to. Initially, we thought it was going to reduce productivity, but no, when you set your guidelines, when you have targets for the week and all that, you'll find out that productivity is still enhanced at the workplace. And also the individual you're looking at, especially females that wear multiple hats, they are also involved in childbearing, they are involved in the care economy, they are the ones taking care of the children. They are finally able to balance things, because even sometimes the men who can actually stay at home and watch the children. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. I am assuming that we listened to her intently and all through, because what she has reeled out in just that few moments is what we can leverage on. Technology, redefining how we work, changing the model of how things are done in the workplace. Can you do things better? So please, it is the reason why conferences like this are organized, so that when you hear the word power up, what it means is that we want you to now redefine how you do things to ensure that the life of yourself, the people who work for you, are actually better. Thank you so much. So, ma'am, right, you're next. So, the question I have for you is this. You are in the beauty and skin industry, and we are talking about boosting immunity and mental capacity. Are there things you have seen, and from your introduction, you said you have been here for about 2 decades. All right, so you have interacted with quite a number of people in this part of the world. Are there things you have noticed that are part of the workplace policies that seriously impact the mental health of people, their dignity, their self-esteem, their livelihood? Are there things you have observed just by interacting with us in this part of the world?
Good morning, everyone. And my name is Vandana Kaushal, and I'm a beauty and wellness enthusiast as well as from beauty and wellness industry. And I'm so honored to be here speaking to you on this topic today. This topic, I believe, is for every entrepreneur or for everyone who's working in any association or company. Of course, from the beauty and wellness point of view, as it is my point of view, I'll be saying, it is important for companies to be giving some complimentary treats to their workers time to time to relax as well as work. So power up is, of course, very important in life, but from where are you going to get that boost? You can't be power up and be charging 24/7. We are humans after all. Even the batteries are supposed to be charged before they will now start working for you. So for that, for you to power up, it is important for you to relax as well. To relax, the best treatments that you can give yourself is to eat well, eat healthy. Sleep enough so that you are charged up for the next morning. Come to the spas, get your treatments like facial, body scrubs, sauna, steam done so that you can detoxify. When your body will detoxify, it will regenerate cells for you to again power up.
All right, please give her a round of applause. You know, she brought a beautiful twist to the power of, I hope you got it, that batteries are not meant to be left charging endlessly. It is meant to be charged, used, and then recharged. And then she has brought up something that I was going to talk about immediately. So I would give you another opportunity to go at this. You spoke about sleep. The idea is that you need to sleep for 8 hours. The popular idea is that you need to sleep for 8 hours. Now, so for you, if you have those who, as we call them, speakers in conferences, then they will say if you sleep for 8 hours of the day, that you have slept for a third of your life. But you are saying we should power up. You are saying we should sleep. How do you strike a balance that will be beneficial to the business, yet beneficial to the lifestyle of the person?
So it is about sleep is, and your working schedule is, do you want to be productive or you just want to be working? If you want to be productive, you have to rest and relax. So 8 hours is supposed to be, but if not, minimum 6 to 7 hours of sleep is essential, I would say. It's not only It's not any favor that you are doing to yourself. It's what your body actually requires for you to be productive for the next day. So it is not that you will be working 24/7. It's not possible. You will not be productive. I don't think so. Any mind or body can be so charged that it can keep rotating 24/7. So of course, sleep is an essential part of life, and take it without any guilt. It's important for you to sleep and relax. Don't feel guilty about it, that you are wasting your time sleeping. No, you are recharging yourself for you to be more productive next day.
All right, thank you so much. I want to do something. Please, I want everybody to stand up. You've been sitting for too long. So just do like this. Yes, it's a health panel, so it's my responsibility to make sure you do things that are healthy, especially adults. So just power up your muscles. Yes, so power up your muscles a bit, like
So
this.
please be aware of our heels.
Yes. All right. Are we stretched a bit? Are we stretched a bit? All right, so please have your seat again. So, Dr. Tony, I will go to you now. What are the metrics that you think a business owner can track to ensure that his or her employees are not falling below the mark or tilting towards situations and conditions that can make them to become predisposed to losing their health or their mental capacity?
All right, thank you very much. So I believe what you're asking in a nutshell are signs of stress, because a lot of people, as I mentioned earlier, stress is a major predisposing factor to so many of the chronic illnesses we see these days, especially hypertension and a lot of mental health issues. So what business owners should actually look out for? What are the things in my employee that shows that this person is not productive, either because one, maybe the person is just not putting in all efforts, or two, the person actually has something going on, either a mental health issue or a physical health issue. So first of all, by the time you start noticing that your employee is easily distracted from work, absenteeism becomes a thing, then the person might not pick up bad vices, because stress can also lead to someone that did not previously used to smoke suddenly start smoking. Alcoholism, the person is taking permission to be away from work all the time. These are signs that, okay, it's possible that something could be going on, and you need to dig further to find the root cause of whatever that is. Other simple symptoms that would let you know that someone is undergoing undue stress and might be due for a medical checkup. You find out that this person is sleeping. Yes, sleep is good. I totally acknowledge that 6 to 8 hours a day is what is recommended by WHO. And it's also said, you know, in this city that we live in, Lagos, I mean, we're always on the move. 6 to 8 hours might not even be practical for some people, but there's room for power naps. You can also take power naps in between. But this person you now see is sleeping excessively, overeating, or not even eating at all, and then suddenly starts looking unkept. These are signs and triggers to let you know that there's something going on. I would prefer that this person sees a healthcare professional, which is why I know the conference powered with Ilera Eco, but unfortunately they are not here today. I don't know why. But that's why Lagos State has a healthcare insurance program for Lagosians. This would even take a lot of the stress off you as an employer, because imagine someone coming to you every day to say, oh, I need 15,000 naira. I need to buy drug at the general hospital. I need to buy this. But by the time your employees are all under insurance cover, this limit removes even a form of stress for you. And at such instance, anytime you notice anything small, it's easier for you to say, why don't you go to the hospital to have a checkup, because you know that you're not going to pay for these services. So I think I'll stop there for now.
All right, thank you so much. Please give her a round of applause. So, Dr. Laura, I would go straight to you from operational standpoint. What are the low-hanging fruits that an employer can hold on to regarding employee assistance program, team bonding activities? What are the things, because you mentioned that, what are the things you think they can hold on to that is cost-effective, yet will deliver on what we are talking about, boosting immunity, boosting mental capacity?
Thank you very much. Just to add first on what she said, there's a new form of mental unwellness that has to do with the internet. You find that a lot of workers are spending huge amount of time on their phones, on the internet. And we're taking it lightly at the moment. We're taking it lightly because we're not directly seeing the impact. But the impact of it will come when we start seeing a very high increase in cancer because of the long sessions we're spending on our phones. So again, a trigger you should see at the workplace is somebody who spends long hours watching or playing Candy Crush, a sense of loss of purpose. So on that note, when you look at the low-hanging fruits for operational purposes, just having a tea morning with your team in an environment where you don't have stress, you're not talking about work, is very important. Recently at the Redeemers Health Village, we had a day out where from the consultants to the security man had to be out. And we played some very interesting games. It was not discriminative. So you didn't have the consultants sitting on one table and have the cleaners or the housekeepers and security sitting on the other table. We were all, is that we're humans first. The fact that you had school fees to become a medical doctor doesn't make you more important than the security man who did not have the opportunity to go to school. And so having that basic respect is very important. Using every opportunity to celebrate. Most of us, our organizations are online these days. How many times do we post the staff that have made a huge difference? How many times do we celebrate birthdays? How many times do we bring that cake to work? Sometimes it might not be, you might not be able to buy cake, but let's bring it down to Nigeria. Gari, granite, coconut, milk, sugar at work to celebrate somebody's birthday is a big deal. Our inability to cope with a lot of things these days stands because we want to always make things not local, but make it international. So don't look for the big things to celebrate the staff. Look for the little things. It might be just buying a toiletry, 4 toilet roll for staff. That makes a huge difference, particularly in the Nigeria now. So every opportunity we have, let's celebrate them. Let's make them know that they bring value to the table. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. And yes, if your business is just you, yourself, and yours sincerely, please celebrate yourself. That's what she's saying. So take out time to also celebrate your birthday. And it doesn't have to be anything grand. Just do something. It will contribute a great deal in boosting your immune system and boosting your mental capacity. So briefly, I will take questions from the audience before we have the final wrap from our panelists. I'm aware some people have written out questions. Where can it be passed? Okay. All right. Are the questions coming? Okay, please. How many people are in the audience? Okay. Thank you. Questions from the audience, or forever hold your peace? Okay. I think they prefer to write it. Okay, all right, great. Okay. So these are long answer questions. So let's start from. So, Dr. Laura, I'll start with you. How can an entrepreneur boost brain function? I just noticed I forget things a lot. Could this be as a result of stress?
Forgetting has many aspects to it. I like the fact that we talked about sleep to start with. Inadequate sleep will make you forget. That's the truth. You need to sleep some more, you need to rest. Number 2, it is important to have a wellness check every single year. That forgetfulness could mean much more than you can see it. It might be showing up in other ways that you're not noticing. Please make sure you go to a healthcare facility and make sure you are checked up. Number 3, when you are very busy and you have tasks to do, don't, as an entrepreneur, feel you can do it all. There's a time your business will need a second person. Make sure you get them. Use them. A lot of the entrepreneurs spend time, it's me. I have to be in all the places at all the time. I need to be the one doing the books. I need to be the one going to the market so that they don't steal from me. It doesn't work like that. So it's important that you begin to jot down and then know your capacity. I can take this, and after this, I can't take it. You can't be the accountant, you can't be the salesperson, you can't be the purchasing person, you can't be all of that. Eat appropriately, eat well. A lot of us earn our money in our businesses, and we want to send our children to schools that truly we can afford. Make sure that you feed your own body well to be able to boost your memory. Feed yourself. Don't do too much money, keep it in the bank, and at the end of the day, somebody else will eat the money because you're dead. Then the last is always put a piece of paper beside you to write. Always. It helps you remember, go through the paper, even when you are in bed. Make sure, you know, some of us are hyperactive. Somebody like me, I still wake up at 3 a.m. because I remembered something. Have a book so that you can adequately sleep. So it's important that you look after you, you ensure, and if you're already deep in that situation, there are quite a few things you can do. There are some courses or subjects you can take to help with your memory, and they will teach you how to, you can also do to help your memory. But seek healthcare advice as soon as possible.
All right, thank you so much. So, for the person who wrote the question, one major thing you have to take away from that is that you can't do it alone. So she said you need another person. The other person you may need at that point in time is actually a piece of paper and a biro. Could be that person that you need now. So please, let's take that into consideration. Okay, so the next question, Dr. Tony, I will go to you. Is there a protocol to sleeping that will aid proper health? How? Okay, yes, let me stop there.
Okay, the question is a bit vague, but I'll just try my best to answer it as much as possible. So it says, is there a protocol to sleeping? Well, There's no protocol, but there are things that can actually help you sleep better. Initially, I said that 6 to 8 hours is what is recommended by the World Health Organization. However, we know due to peculiarities, some people might not be able to meet up with 8 hours, so you can actually take power naps in between. However, we're also aware that there are some people that have sleep issues, and these sleep issues can either range from insomnia, when they are not able to sleep, they don't get enough hours, they actually want to meet up with the 8 hours, they're in bed, and they're unable to fall asleep. And then, of course, narcolepsy, which is oversleeping, excessive sleeping. That's actually a medical condition that needs to be looked into. It could also even be a sign of depression. So for the more common one, which is insomnia, because at our clinics, we have a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, funny enough, we haven't done a study to actually know what demographic or what sector, what occupation this affects the most. But thinking back, just at a snapshot view, I can tell you for a fact that we usually have this problem a lot among entrepreneurs because they're always thinking, like she said, she's up at 3 a.m. jotting things. So yes, we have such examples. And they ask you, what sleep medicine can I use? Can you prescribe something for me? So our first answer is sleep medicine. That's the common sleep medicine pills, which are not even over-the-counter drugs. You need a prescription for that. Are never the first line of drug, never the first line of treatment. We prescribe it when in their situations, like it's not an emergency, but this person needs sleep. This person hasn't slept in a long time. It's affecting the blood pressure and affecting so many things. But there are other natural ways for you to develop a protocol, if you might put it that way, for your sleep. And the first one is have a sleep pattern. So if you know that you want to go to bed at 10, not that today you go to bed at 7 p.m., tomorrow you watch Nollywood till 12 midnight and go to bed at 12 midnight. Another day, it's night. I'm not saying night vigil is bad, but like another day you go for night vigil, you don't sleep. So you know that's already an irregularity. And the brain works with pattern a lot. So if you're having sleep problem, the first thing is to retrace your steps and try to have a pattern. And then for those of you that have like televisions in your bedroom, this is not advised because your bedroom should be a cozy area, somewhere where when you enter, the brain automatically knows that it's time to shut down. Not that you watch. I know some people will argue differently and tell me that, oh, till I watch TV, that is this TV that even helps me sleep. In fact, my son would tell me that he has to be hearing something in the background before he sleeps. If not, he won't sleep. But what is actually advocated is that you have a proper sleeping environment. And then the kind of food you eat is also very important. Do not eat late at night. It affects your sleep pattern. It's what we say is that your last meal should be at 7 p.m. I know you would argue, say, oh, by 7 p.m. I'm still on the road, I'm still in the office. But even if you're going to eat after 7 p.m., make them very light meals. So these are just some of the tips. There are so many. And then finally to add, just in case you're having a chronic sleep disorder. We now have sleep physicians. These are doctors that have specialized in sleep. And we even have one of the clinics in Lasut. So in case you're having a serious sleep issue, you can actually walk to the family medicine department in Lasut that you want to see a sleep doctor. Things like that actually exist now. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Apologies.
Please give her a round of applause.
I would like to
yes,
add
please.
something
Add
to
something
it.
to that. Yes.
This is my own story that I'm going to share with you about sleep and why I also pointed out sleep when I first spoke. I was a literal insomniac. Because of the work stress, I couldn't sleep. The figures will go in my mind throughout night whenever I am on the bed. So I'll keep on rolling on the bed, and finally I'll just get up and go sit on my bar table, have a drink with some books in my hand, my phone and my laptop, and I'll start juggling with the numbers, you know. And it was until then I didn't know what wellness is and what wellness has to do with beauty industry. So I was only running a salon and spa, beauty spa, hair and beauty spa. This recently, I started doing yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises that actually brought me out of that insomnia. Trust me, this is my own example that I'm giving you. Literally, I had zero confidence on this yoga and breathing exercises at all. For years, I kept on saying, I don't want to do it. It's not going to work on me. One final day, a friend of mine came to my house and said, you have to do it. It's on the house from my side. Just go ahead. If you like it, you can come and join. Trust me, there was no looking back after that. I sleep well. If my husband disturbs me, I even kick him out. Please let me sleep. So no more work stress disturbs me while sleeping. So our new place that we have started, Salt Spa, we have made it spa and wellness, where you can come for yoga, meditation, and breathing exercises, as well as your beauty treatments.
All right, thank you so much. No. That's a beautiful addition to what has been said. Please, for those who can, she said breathing exercises, yoga, please. I know there are entrepreneurs who are into that. Please take advantage of that. And it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Please, ensure you pay serious attention to your sleep. Now, the next question here is to you, Vandana. So the question says, how do you handle, listen, everybody please, how do you handle a verbally abusive, high net worth client?
Yes, this is very regular. That can happen with anybody, I would say. So, this happens most of the times with your pricing and your services. So recently this happened with us that we got a very bad review on the Google saying that she had been to our place and she had very bad experience after her spending almost 3 hours at my spa. So imagine a client in your spa for 3 hours or in any of your business for hours, still not wanting to move out from there, finishing all 3 hours treatment, going back and putting the review that it was pathetic and useless for her to spend time and money at. I have a very good suggestion. Of course, on any of these kind of Google reviews or reviews, you cannot just go ahead and reply anyhow that you enjoyed, but you said so and so. And we even offered some free services because we wanted to make you comfortable. So yes, you still have to tell them that please, we apologize for your time wastage and money as well. And we want to make sure that you have a good experience at our place. Please do visit us again so that we can clarify the differences that you had.
All right.
This is what we can do, nothing more than that, because we are in hospitality industry and we cannot go high and say things anyhow.
Thank you so much. I believe that lesson has been taken. The other question here says...
I'm sorry, but I would really, if people will be watching the videos on the screens anywhere, I have a humble request from the people as clients to any of the entrepreneurs. I would request that you should refrain from posting these kind of comments because you have no idea how much effort does it take to be running a business. Literally. So even if you have no good time or you didn't enjoy yourself, maybe you call personally or message personally instead of putting such kind of comments and messages on the public portals.
All right. Again, to those who are vendors and those who will use businesses, she's advocating that we apply a more gentle approach and not just be all out on business owners. You don't know what it costs to run those businesses. That's what she said. Thank you so much for that. Please give her a round of applause. Okay, the questions are piling up, and I'm not sure we'll be able to go through them, but we'll do the best within we can. So do we still have to? Okay, all right, great. Okay, so the question here says, how can we handle new employees who are not catching up quickly? Dr. Tony, you go, and then Dr. Laura will add to that. Yes, please.
Okay, how can you handle employees who are not catching up quickly? So I think the first thing is to actually understand the person. Why is this person not catching up quickly? Your job or your specification, does it match the requirements on the job? Is the person suited for what you actually employed the person for? I think that's the first question, to even understand the context why this person is not catching up properly. Number two, because I'm a medical person and then coming from the medical point of view is, am I sure this person is fully okay? Are there things bothering this person? It could be mentally, it could be physically, it could also be an IQ thing. So, and you're not the right person to be able to assess and make a full assessment or make a diagnosis of that. So if you think that it could be something medically related, then please refer appropriately so that the person can have an evaluation done. Either speak to a counselor, speak to a psychologist, or have a physical evaluation done, which is why we plead with our entrepreneurs. This is standard in the corporate sector, but I'm not sure our entrepreneurs are doing the same thing. Even in our homes, I'm sure we do what I'm about to say. So when you employ someone newly, for example, a house help, the very first thing, have a baseline health check. Know what the baseline statistics of this person is, so that the person will not tell you that it was when I started working with you that I developed hypertension. If you've already done the baseline check and you've seen that, oh, this person already has borderline hypertension, the person would not come around and turn around and say that is as a result of the job. Or for someone in a healthcare setting, you check their infection screenings that will be done, including hepatitis and HIV, so that the person is not coming around again in 1 year and say, oh, I developed this on the job, and then we know what can happen subsequently after that. So please, I know it might be expensive, but now, I've also mentioned Ilera Eco and how you should take advantage of it. But try to have baseline health investigations. Let them know their numbers. What are these numbers they should know? What's their baseline blood pressure? What's their blood pressure typically? Let them know if they are diabetic or not, their cholesterol level. You should even know the genotype of your staff. I know some of these things are personal information, but if you are employing someone, depending on the kind and nature of the job you're going to be entrusting in that person, there are some things you should know. Another good example is for drivers. Any driver you are employing should have a sight test. A lot of accidents that we hear about, a lot of it is because the drivers did not just see, or they have near vision, or there's just one thing wrong. And because you as the employer did not test that to help yourself as a person and even to help your employee, it can lead to disastrous effects. Food handlers, for those in the food businesses, your caterers, anybody handling food, dairy products in your organization should have comprehensive food handlers tests. There are about 5 or 6 tests, which I'm not going to mention all today. But what I'm just trying to tell you, know the baseline investigation that should be done for each job or each person you are employing, so that when anything happens along the line, you can already know that, oh, it was from before, or it happened on the job, and then you also have cover for that person through health insurance. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Laura.
Just before I make comments on that, I'd like to also say that the Redeemers Health Village is currently running some discounts. If you have staff that you have not done your basic tests for, please go to the booth, pick up some vouchers, and please make sure all your staff get those tests. It's very, very important. At any time you want to bring them to the hospital, we are also ready. If you have 20, we can pick them up, and we can come to you to ensure that your staff are properly checked while they work. So please take advantage of that, and our people will give you the vouchers. Now, there's what we call in recruitment pure, previously unidentified recruitment errors. First and foremost, make sure that it's not a case of pure, an unidentified recruitment error. Now, the second part is it depends which industry this person is working. So, as she was talking, if this person was a doctor, was a nurse, and they couldn't meet up, the first thing is that they're taken out of clinical service immediately because we're talking about life. So it depends on what this person is doing. Now, if they're working in a factory where they're doing production and you find out that they tend to have dizzy spells, make sure they're out of that place. I am a strong believer that we all have to build somebody. So if you recruit somebody and they come into your service, and of no fault of theirs. So let me use a typical department in the medical field, i.e. radiography. And you find that the radiographers who don't have an MRI, don't have a CT, don't have the experience. Now you have recruited them from a government hospital that has never acquired such, and they come to your facility. The last x-ray they used was the x-ray that is about 20 years old, and you now have a digital one. It is important that you realize you need to invest in everybody. Put people through training. Don't ever assume experience. I'm a strong believer that also I don't employ only for skills. The first thing is attitude. Anybody who is ready to learn will learn. And so if it's not a peer, it is not endangering that person and others, then it is a situation where you have to put them through training. You have to invest in your employees to get out the best. A lot of the time we want to get what we have not invested. A lot of our organizations don't have job descriptions. And so people come into jobs not knowing what they can do, what they are able to do, or how to do it. So I would say keep training. And there are cases where you can't train. And then there's really nothing wrong in sucking. There's another place for that person, and it might not be in your organization. But you must make sure you have done all what it takes to equip this person. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am. At this point, I want to say we won't be able to take a lot of the questions, but one thing I want to say is that these questions will be answered and put up on the group somewhere. They will be answered. It will be sent to our panelists, and then the result of what their responses are will be sent accordingly to those who have asked the question. So I believe we have your email addresses, your phone numbers, and there is what is called the MRDC platform, which has the platform for so many sectors. So these answers will also be uploaded in that. If you are not part of that, please make sure you join that. There is one question here about someone in medical school who also wants to go into business. My counsel is that the person should ensure that he or she sits down with someone who has tried that. Don't assume. Medical school is not for the faint-hearted. If you are not ready, don't go and combine medical training with business. A lot of people have done it and they have been burnt for it. On that note, I want to say to our panelists, thank you so much. I want to invite, who is it? Yes. Why is Dr. Uche? Yes. So, yes. My wrap up is this. Whether you are a business owner, whether you are someone planning to start, whether you have started, sleep has been mentioned. Don't follow motivational speakers that says you should not sleep. Don't feel guilty about sleeping. When you sleep, wake up. That time that you woke up is your morning. Start to do what you want to do. You will get there. On this note, I want to say thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shola. Thank you so much, panelists, for this insightful session. Please just stay. We're going to have a photo session. At this point in time, we'd like to do the presentation of our awards to our panelists. And we'd like to call on stage the following people to please come and help present the awards. We'd like to call the very distinguished Mrs. Olulade to please join us up on stage to present an award. Mrs. Winter, please can you join us up stage? Dr. Sheyi Adebayo and Pastor Tolu Oyekunle. Would also like Pastor Dupe to be on stage with us as well. Thank you very much. Please can you all come on stage? Thank you. After that, we'll be having a photo session on stage with all the boards of directors and distinguished guests as well. Thank you very much. Thank you. Pastor Uche, I think yes, you can do that.
All right, so we were presenting to appreciate Dr. Shola Alibi.
Thank you so much. So this is from Masterpiece Resource Development Center, an award of appreciation presented to Dr. Shola Alabi in recognition of your role and impactful knowledge on health at the MRDC's annual Entrepreneur Conference and Trade Expo 2024.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, man.
Good afternoon, everyone. I trust that you are enjoying every bit of this conference. Please make sure you take something good home that you will run with and will power you up to the next level. All right, so Mrs. Dr. Tony Adeyemi, please. All right, so this award of appreciation is presented to Dr. Tony Adeyemi in recognition of your role and impactful knowledge on health at the MIDC's annual Entrepreneurs Conference and Trade Expo 2024. Thank you for coming. God bless you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Vandana, please come. This is for you. Yes, for you. Yes, thank you so much. Please, let's give her a round of applause. So we want to give you this award, thanking you for the impactful presence here, the knowledge you have shared, and giving of yourself and giving of your time. We are so grateful. So on behalf of MRGC, the board, and all those who have been impacted by your presence, we want to say a very big thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give her a round of applause, please.
My name is Vandana.
Vanda, my pleasure. We'll talk after.
So much, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm not the one for too much words, but I think it's divine. I met her yesterday for the first time. I was appreciating the good work you were doing. Lo and behold, I'm presenting something. So, in recognition of your role and impactful knowledge on health at MRDC's annual Entrepreneurs Conference and Trade Expo 2024, on behalf of this wonderful organization, we'd like to appreciate you for that work, and we hope that God will continue to strengthen you. Please, a round of applause. God will continue to expound that knowledge that He has given you for visionary leadership and you will keep on powering up and up in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, Pastor Tolu, for this. Okay, so I'd like to call on our distinguished guests and the board to please come forward to have a photo session with them. Where do you want us to use? Here? So I'd like to call on the Vice Chairman, I would also on our CRO to please come forward. I think, okay, they want us to come down, so if you don't mind. All right, so please can you rise? We'll take one with the CRO whilst we get the rest of the distinguished guests. Just one with her. Have you taken that? Please, can we have the rest of the board? Our Vice Chairman is here. Distinguished board member, Mrs. Fabaro. Please, if you don't mind. Please, let's come down. Let's come down so that we can have. Please, ma'am. So, please, Dr. Olufemi, please, can you come forward? Okay, so I would like, whilst we're having the presentation, the present National Coordinator of ANWBN Work Team with the former President, please, can we recognize them and have them come forward, please? A round of applause for them. Mrs. Angela Ajala and Otumba Demishola. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing the names very well. Okay, please, ma'am, can you, everyone on that table, pardon me, ma'am. I know you always pardon me. My Yoruba is only better when I'm selling land. All right. Please, ma'am, Mrs. Mosu. Thank you very much. A round of applause for our distinguished guests once again. Thank you. Remember that RCCG, one of our good sponsors for this program, is offering us gift vouchers. So please go collect your own and take advantage of the discount. Take advantage of the discount. Also, our another major sponsor, Providence Bank, has packages for us. We're going to hear them a lot after the exhibition tour. All right, so look forward. I believe you're looking forward to that as well. Right, so right after now, just after the pleasantries, we're going to go on an exhibition tour, right? And it's going to be an insightful one. Exhibitors, are you ready?
All right, thank you, everyone. While the exhibition is going, one of my friends, when she saw this, she asked me, Modupe, what do you want me to do for you? And I said, my sis, I'd like you to help me counsel some of our women. And that's how we came up with our business clinic. So while we're doing the tour, our own Miss Mosumola Moru and Mrs. Kriyo as well will be giving us some time, but it's going to only be for the IYB students, Improve Your Business students, and SYB, and the first 5 people that got here this morning. If you came early this morning, you know that you are one of the first 5. We have we have a way of knowing at the registration point. But if you are sincere, the first 5 people that came this morning, they'll be there. You know, you can have time with them during this first break and also during the second break. Most you want to say something, please? All right, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so what we've decided to do is have a small business clinic for the people she's identified today, the first 5 people and the IYB participants. Now, post the conference, a link will be sent to all of you who are present at the conference today to fill a form, and then we will have one free virtual session together, and then there'll be a follow-up business clinic afterwards.
Thank you so much. And like I said again yesterday, are you ready with your bullion van? You know, we always go to that side of the divide with bullion van. The exhibitors were very happy yesterday, and some felt you did not come to their stand. So I will be leading our guests to the exhibition, and also everyone that is here, make sure you patronize all our exhibitors. Buy something. There's POS. You can transfer. You can do something with it. Thank you so much. Everyone, can we put a round of applause for all our distinguished guests here? Thank you for coming. So I will ask members of the board, members of the service table, all our guests, please come with me as we go on this exhibition tour.
Exhibitors, are you ready?
Mrs. K. All right. That's the president of NECA's Network of Entrepreneur Women. All right, yes. So technical team, can you make that master class ready for us? All right.
Exhibitors, are you ready?
We are coming with billion van.
Exhibitors, are you ready? Don't forget what we discussed. You're going to be vocal. What is unique to you? A quick one. As the distinguished guests move through your booths, ensure that you're making your pitch brief, straight to the point, catchy. Your offering is spectacular.
And then we have Dr. Olufemi also on our business clinic, so 3 tables.
So we have Mrs. Mosu, Dr. Olufemi. Our distinguished guests, please, can we come along? Exhibitors, are you ready? Those for the business clinic, the masterclass is to my right. The business clinic is to my right.
All right, so exhibitors, we are coming. We can go to our right. Yes. This way, ma'am. We can go this way. We can go this way. Yes. So our distinguished guests are going through the exhibition stands now. All right, we're going through the exhibition stands now. Redeemer's Health Village is here. Providence Bank is here. They're walking through the stands. Our exhibitors, I believe you're ready.